What's up, guys? HTG Brian back here with some more LEGO 2K Drive. In this video, we're going to cover all wagon wheel locations scattered throughout Prospecto Valley. That's right, all 15 of them are sort of clumped up in the southwest region or lower left area. And we're going to go ahead and use a garage fast travel point to go ahead and spawn there and show you where they all are. Now, we have a pretty good clockwise motion circling around the area of intent here, but just in case you get lost, we do have quick links down below in the video description. So thank you for that reminder, Thumbie. And with that, we are off. Here is the map. We are in Prospecto Valley, and this lower sort of left corner is going to be the area that the wagon wheels are abundant. Now, we've, of course, used the fast travel point. We highly recommend you do, too, to get a nice starting point exact precisely where we is. And we're going to make our way over to a waypoint marker. Now, as per usual, I'm going to put a general location. I'm going to drive over there, and once I get a little bit closer, I will pop the map open one more time and show you guys where the exact spot is. In this case, I was a little high there, so we got to drop down into the old farmhouse. And in between the garage and house, there is some scaffolding. We're going to go ahead and use the old hippa to the hoppa, get all the way to the toppa. That's right, select it and collect it. So we've got it done did. Now, next up, we're going to go right around the corner over here, and it just so happens we get to take a little geyser for a rider. In fact, you're going to see it pop up there. We need to be right in the middle of this little lake over here, as there is a geyser point, and it'll launch us right up into the air where that number 2 wagon wheel is waiting for me and you. And wait for it, zing! All right, so hopefully you brought your water wings. Those dudes are not loving my treatment there. But all right, the next one is actually a little bit of a jaunt away. So we're going to put a waypoint marker, and we're going to pull out the old boosters here and make our way across a couple of more ponds. A little bit of a river here, lazy river that is, and up to the top of the hill. In fact, if you look up on your right-hand side, you can actually see the wagon wheel glistening right at the tip. And we'll get all the way up there. We'll pop open the map one more time, of course, to show you exactly where we is. Pretty easy pathway. Definitely easier coming from the water side, the left or southwest side of the collectible, as it's just a nice, easy ramp up there where you kind of got to zig and zag to find the right path up top from the other side, but still easy nonetheless. All right, next up, we got to go down the hill just a wee bit. And full disclosure, I actually did make a mistake in my route. So I drop down here and I get this next one, which is number 4. And instead of going to the intended number 5, I actually went to number 6. But we zig and we zag and we make it back and we collect them all in a nice, easy process. So don't worry, it doesn't get too gruesome. But we got number 4. Woo to the hoo-hoo. All right. 5 alive. Let's go ahead and mark this spot. Now, this one looks like it's right next to the water, and it'll be easy to get to, but because of this giant cliff, it's not that easy to get to from the other side. So that's why we chose to come from this way instead of grabbing it right after the second one, right? Because it's kind of in the pathway to get up here, but it's way up here. So we'll go ahead and slowly drive out on this rock ledge, which there happens to be a few locations placed just such as this. So without jumping off and having to come all the way back up here, we just swoop it and swoop it. Swoop it and droop it. All right, next up, it's right above the old crisscross over here, sort of closer to the town's area. I do not remember. Oh, it's Pilgrim Plains. That's right. I was going to say I don't remember, but luckily for me, the map actually shows me down in the bottom left-hand corner. So the main city of Pilgrim Plains has a nice little loop-de-loop or a ziggy-zaggy, and we actually have to go under this little bridge and rip around up high to the left by this little farm, and guess what? Can I get a hay? That's right, it's sitting on a couple of hay bales. It's a terrible dad joke that I've been doing for years when we're on road trips. If I see like a field of hay or a big truck full of hay, I'll go, hey! And I'll point right at it. And everyone's like, what? And they look and it's literally hay. And they're like, oh, come on. All right, so we're going to follow, the road around just a little bit. In fact, we don't want to follow it all the way around the loop because it'll actually take us down low. And much like that last one we had up on that high ledge, we got another rock jumper here. And we'll actually have to drop down a little bit onto this ledge. It's kind of... You might not get it on your first go, but luckily I did, though. Woo! All right, next up, we got number 8. That one's going to be actually right across the way. We have to cross the street and go... Actually, arch! We're going to go across the street down to the right. So, in order to do that, though, we're actually going to go left. So it's kind of one of those weird deals where I do believe you could go the other way as well, but for whatever reason, I came this way. And it's actually right by a sheriff's station up on top, on the second floor there, right below the old sign. So woo to the hoo-hoo. Go ahead and jump up there and swoo-hoo-hoop. Hello there, guy. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you're pressing that L3 and collecting the folk conversations. You got to talk to 150 folk scattered throughout town. Speaking of scattered throughout town, right across the street, we've got a water tower, and at the top of said tower is our next wagon wheel, number 9. So get up close to it. You should be able to get right up under it and smash the tower and jump it. Look at that. You got some hops. Now, it's possible you might need to switch to a different vehicle. Some of the vehicles have higher jumps or lower jumps, so make sure that you keep that into account when trying to decide what you need or what you're doing. So I'm using one of the early off-road vehicles. For whatever reason, I just sort of gravitated to this one, and I like this one, so we're going to keep it. It's like the hot rod or something. But this is the one that I should have grabbed a little bit earlier, so we zagged when we should have zigged, but that's all right. We've got 10 of 15 now. I called that, what did I call that? Mud Lake. It's right above Mud Lake. I don't know if you noticed, but right below where we grabbed that, there was like this little pond. It's like a murky little gross Mud Lake. So I appropriately named it Mud Lake. All right, number 11. We're going to have to backtrack a little bit. That's right. We got to go by the water tower and by the old rock jumper. And look at that. We've got another rock jumper. In fact, this one has like a ramp straight up to it. So basically line yourself up, hit the old boost, and you might even be able to just use the old gas. Gasatola might get you up there, but I use the boost anyways. Look at that. Nailed it. Perfect landing. All right, back on the street we is, right behind where we was. And we're going to go ahead and drop a level down below. In fact, it's a little bit further down there. It's actually off the cliff. We have to make a leap of faith. So best advice here is to line it up perfectly so you're just going straight at it. And then you're going to want to hit the gas. And maybe a little bit of boost, but most importantly, the jump. I think you can get it. You see I did a little quick boost and then jump, and it worked just fine. Hopefully you'll get it on your first time. All right, number 13. We are making good ground here. There's a little patch of silver or gray amongst the green bricks on your map. That's going to be where it is, and it's a little tough to get up there because it's kind of not at the top, but right in the middle, sort of in a little tiny rock cave. So if you come from the southwest side, it certainly seems to be easier to get up here, but there's probably multiple ways to get up top. All right, we only got 2 left, and they're basically right by each other, right across the water, just a wee bit down. So again, there is a little spot of gray on your map, and that's going to actually be another rock ledge formation, and we're going to climb out there ever so slowly. Be careful, Brian. Be careful, Brian. Make sure you do the right. Yep, drop from ledge to ledge, and there it is. Did you see it right below us on our right? Oh, yeah. We'll go ahead and drop down and swoop it up. Thank you very much. All right, 14 of 15. And last but not least, we got one more, and it's actually straight ahead. You can see it from here. There's a little windmill right across the way. And again, amongst the green bricks, there are some sort of lighter tan or gray bricks. And we're going to go ahead and target those and make our way over there. Now, I marked the rock on the back. That was a bad marker spot. It's actually right here under the windmill, as I just stated. So we'll get up close to that, and booyakashow. We only have 2 more collectibles for this area now. We got the weeds, and we've got the golden nuggets scattered throughout. Now, the golden nuggets is going to be a big one. It's a 50 piece, but the weeds is only a 20 spot. So we're likely going to jump into the weeds next. However, we'll consult with our guide writer, Tyler P., which big shout out to him for putting the video, or the putting the videos together for me. No, I'm just kidding. Putting the guides together and all the locations on a map that I can easily turn them into video. So big shout out, much love to him, and we'll figure it out, and we'll get back to you soon. As always, until next time. So